Good morning. It is the 26th of March, 2019. A couple nights ago, actually, like 3 mornings ago, I had gotten up. It was over the weekend. I'd gotten up early. I don't know, like 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Went out to the couch, read the Bible for a bit, and then I got sleepy-eyed again. So I just laid over on the couch instead of getting up and going back to bed. I just laid over on the couch and fell asleep. And I was having this dream that was, it was kind of disturbing because it was in my dream. John, my husband, didn't love me anymore, which that's not the case in real life. But in my dream, he didn't love me anymore, and he was like just totally annoyed with, me and just being with me and everything. And which was very upsetting to me in the dream. We were in some kind of a mall or hotel or something. When I say hotel, it'd be like a resort, kind of like the Caesars. If you've ever been to Las Vegas Caesars Palace, it's like a hotel mall. It's huge. But anyway, we were in something like that, and so because I just remember him giving me this look, like just so annoyed to be with me. And so I thought, well, I don't want to be with you if that's the way you feel. So I kind of just walked away and went my own direction. And sorry, I got an eyelash in my eye or something. Anyway, I just ended up walking my own way down the hallway and stuff. And I remember seeing all this really opulent, um, stupid, useless stuff. I mean, just like I don't know. I think I remember seeing something like a jeweled apple. Um, there was just an ornament, but it was an apple, and it was all bejeweled with real gems, and just like all this ridiculous. Like, if you've ever been to Caesar's Palace, everything is like over the top. Palm Beach, Worth Avenue, just you go in these stores, and it's just all this ridiculous wealth wrapped up in junk stuff. Anyway, and I just remember feeling so um, saddened that people are so wrapped up in things that are so meaningless. And I just remember feeling so sad that there's so much need and in this world, and so many people suffering, and still people all wrapped up in things, and putting value in things. And then about that time, John caught up with me and said, we need to get going. We got to get going back to wherever we were staying. And I remember we were in Orlando. I work in Orlando, so I remember we were in Orlando and staying there. I don't know if we were staying at a hotel near there or what, but anyway. So we went out the doors, the exit doors to this mall, hotel, whatever, and instantly it was nighttime, but it was so dark outside. And I remember where these doors opened up, it was just a big field, overgrown field, lots of weeds, tall overgrown weeds, brush, trees and stuff. And I remember thinking, we have to go out this door? And like it was almost like it was the back of the mall or whatever. And I remember Paul and Joy Bogart were there, and they kind of shot out the door, and they took off running. They just ran, and they were out of sight in no time. And for whatever reason, we had to run too. So John and I started running, but it was so black and so dark, you just really couldn't see. Once we got, several steps away from the building, it was just so pitch black. I just ended up running with my eyes closed because I couldn't see anyway. And I guess I don't even know why I reasoned that, but I just couldn't see anyway, so I just ran with my eyes shut like this. But I knew John was right with me because he kept on bumping me with his elbows every so often as we're running. And right in the middle of, running as hard as we could, in real life, my eyes popped open just for a split second. It was like I was dead asleep, and then just all of a sudden I was like that, just my eyes open and shut. And I could see my dining room, which is, where I was facing, my dining room table and the china cabinet and stuff. And just for a split second. And mind you, it's still dark outside. I do have night lights and stuff. I have a salt lamp that kind of lights things up like a night light, so I could see somewhat. But like just the flash open and shut of my eyes, I could still see my dining room, and at the same time that my eyes opened and shut, there was all this like confetti, golden confetti, like pieces like this big, strips that were, they were like long and maybe an inch wide and maybe 2 inches long, but all over, falling, just falling everywhere. All this golden, like somebody had shot off one of those confetti cannons or something at at ball games or whatever. When somebody wins, you see all this confetti flying. Somebody said, I think America's Got Talent or something, they have a golden ticket and they hit a button. I haven't seen it. I don't watch that show, but somebody told me after I told them the stream, they said that's what happens on there when you give them the golden ticket. But it was kind of like that. But even after, just opening my eyes and shutting them again, I could still see all this confetti. I could still see my dining room and all this confetti falling for like maybe a minute or so. And, this all happens all at the same time. It's not like, and then after it all ended, I thought, no. At the same time, I was wondering, like, what does that mean? But instantaneously, I had the answer. As soon as I wondered, I had the answer. And I know a lot of people who have had dreams and visions of being in heaven and being with angels or even Yeshua, that when they talk, they don't really talk, they just thoughts. And the same thing happens there, that as soon as they have a question, they know they're getting answered from Yeshua or the angel or whatever. So it was like that. As soon as I wondered, what does that mean? I knew the answer. And as much as in that dream, it seemed so real, but when I opened my eyes, I knew it wasn't real. It wasn't reality, that it was just a dream, and that my being on the couch and everything was what was real. The same is going to be when we're caught up in an instant, when we are called up. This life is going to feel like it was just a dream, and that where we're going is going to be so clear that that's the true reality. And the confetti, the golden confetti, when Paul talked about it, not all the win the race, only those, only one wins the race. But I think the point there was more that you got to finish the race. Like he said, I've finished the race. I've finished the course. I have kept the faith. Well, this life that we're experiencing is a race, and you have to run this race like you want to win. And we were in my dream, obviously running, and just instantly in the middle of the pitch darkness, when it was the darkest, suddenly I was there. And I think when we get caught up, not only is it going to feel like this life was just some kind of a dream, or nightmares for some of us, and sometimes it feels like a nightmare, but I think we're going to be received with instantaneously. When that moment happens, the angels and everybody that's there, it's like they're there cheering us on. They see us coming to the end of the race, and they're like, go, go, go. And then when we crash through that, finish line, and we all are there and we made it, it's going to be, yay! Everybody's going to be just going crazy, rejoicing that we're there. So many people are getting dreams and looking forward to us being there, and longs for us to be there, but he's being patient for every last soul that's going to come in to get ready. And so he wants us to be there more than we want to be there. And so when we get there, there's going to be such an amazing, you think about a ticker tape parade after the war or after some huge victory somewhere, and how crazy it always looked whenever you see those videos and stuff of the ticker tape parades that they had of everybody cheering and shouting. It is going to be that times a gazillion when all the angels and saints, when we get there, they are so excited. and just waiting for us to get there and to make it. They're cheering us on. They're cheering us on. So when we're going through the daily trials and tribulations of this world and the distractions that Satan has to try and keep us from realizing and recognizing who we are in Yahweh and walking in the victory that He won 2,000 years ago. He is a defeated foe, that devil, and all he can do is fake you out and make you feel as though he is more powerful when in fact he is not. He is a defeated foe. And so, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because that was such an amazing picture to me. I never imagined, I never really thought about it. I don't really get rapture dreams or anything like that. I'm never. That was the closest thing I can think of that would be in that category. And it wasn't even something I was looking for so much. I mean, sure, I've asked Yahweh to reveal himself and his thoughts and things to me, so I love it when he does. But I would have never imagined a ticker tape, a golden ticker tape parade upon our arrival and the rejoicing. So it was just really cool. Anyway, I wanted to share that as an encouragement that we're being cheered on and our arrival is being very much anticipated, and the celebration when we get there is going to be out of this world for sure. Anyway, shalom aleichem, and see you at the cloud party. Oh, if I can turn this off.